Tonight is the total lunar eclipse, but it's also possibly northern lights. So I'm gonna go get some footage and photos and stuff. Let's see what I get. Today is court day. Don't worry, I'm not dressing like this. I got something better picked out. Although I did have myself thinking in the shower. I was like, how bad would it actually be if I just wore what I usually wear, right? Would it be better for me to wear my regular attire, just kind of like a sweatshirt and stuff, and then maybe something a little fancy like a blazer over the sweatshirt, like I sometimes do? Or should I dress fancy? I've come to the conclusion that trying to fit a little bit more socially might be a little bit better for the jury. It shouldn't change anything, but physical bias is just part of human nature. Same reason I will not wear these shoes. It makes me look lazy. And Milo knows exactly what it means when I start trying to put sheets on, right? What does it mean? Okay. Tell people what it means. Does it mean that we're gonna go outside? That's what it means. Do you go outside? Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, that's what's happening. Oh, I also forgot. I don't have my ADHD medication. So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Well, I managed to not film anything at work, but I did some stuff. It was good. For another case. Oh my god. Now it's noon. It's time for me to make some lunch. Get prepared for this testimony. It's supposed to happen around 2. If that actually happens, I don't know. I think I'm all ready. My medication's ready too, so I think we're gonna go get that. And there's also, I have another blazer that I think might fit better. This one's getting small. I'm sorry to be leaving you. I know. I wish I could take you into the courtroom. That'd be very cute, huh? All right, medicine has been picked up, and now I'm heading to my parents' house to pick up my other jacket. That is probably, well, it's newer. It might look better. This one's way better. I don't know why I don't wear this more often. But this one's great and dressy. All right, off to court. Let's go. It just occurred to me that I don't actually know which courthouse it is in. I know the floor number and the court number, but not the building. I actually decided to check this one out first. Wrong building! Damn it. But hey, the security guards here were very helpful, so thank you. I've got a train cutting me off. I have a train cutting me off from the entire rest of the city. I can only go to this park and the courthouse. I've got 20 minutes to get across the river. And this is one way to get there. And that's my other exit, but I have to go right. Oh, they're starting to move. Sweet. Okay, I got this. That is just my luck. It's my luck. And I have to do a U-turn here too, so I have to get into the left lane as quick as possible. And there's so much traffic. This might not happen. Finally got across. I did some questionable moves there, so
federal security guys told me this is actually the one. 769.
I am almost certainly not allowed to record any of this, so sorry guys. I will see if I can get some kind of recording from the courtroom, but that's probably not going to happen. That's wishful thinking for sure. But yeah, this is probably goodbye for now. Hopefully I don't die in there. We'll see. All right, and a time jump of 1 month, which is crazy. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on, and I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get these videos out, but they are coming out slow. Anyway, I couldn't film in there, obviously. I didn't even bring my phone in because I knew that that would even be kind of taboo. I sat in there for about 2.5 hours before anything happened. I was there for 3 hours total, I think, and I just kind of sat in there for a while and did nothing. As an expert witness, I could not be in the courtroom listening to the whole thing. So I was just out kind of in the courthouse, kind of walking around. I bought a honey bun, went back and forth drinking water from the car. And yeah, I was just kind of there until they finally took a recess and the lawyer came out, like had me come into the courtroom and talk about what was going to happen. Then I was called up immediately to testify. And I wasn't up there for very long because a lot of the questions that the lawyer was asking me were not my expertise. They were asking me a lot of physics questions. And that's a class that I never took, by the way. I always wanted to take physics, but my school, that would be Central, they never let me take it. And I'm saying it that way because it's true. Nevertheless, I never took a physics class and I don't know shit about it. So those are not questions I can answer. What I can answer are the first questions that they asked me, and that was like, you know, do you edit a video? Do you, can you slow it down and stuff? Is that what you did to this video? Yes, yes, yes. So I answered what I could, but then we got to the questions that I couldn't answer, and the judge was kind of like, yeah, well, we can't do that. So then I was dismissed as a witness, and that was interesting. So I was just like, you know, thanks, Your Honor, and I just left. That's kind of how it was. I waited there for 3 hours, and I was in there for 3 minutes. That's the justice system for you. But no, it was a good experience anyway, and I feel like I did learn a lot about that world, and it's interesting. I was gonna make just a third part where I was talking about this, but I think that it would be not interesting. So I'm going to try and sum it up as best as I can. The case has ended and the defense won. So my side won, and now I can tell you what it was. It was an alleged assault of a minor, and our defense team had to prove that that did not happen. And we had security footage to prove that. It was a guy, he was working in a daycare. It wasn't necessarily his first job that he wanted. He actually moved to Great Falls to do a completely different job, but then by the time he got here, that job was taken by somebody else, which is a bonkers move, by the way. Are you serious? Sorry, don't sue me, I'm just being funny. But he was going to apply for another job, and he had an interview on this particular day. However, the daycare would not let him take time off, which I believe is not legal, but I also don't know law very well, so I'm not going to say that as a fact. It's just something that I think. He was obviously frustrated, and because the daycare was short-staffed, he did not have time to take a break to alleviate his frustration by you know, breathing exercises or whatever the heck he does to do that. So he may have been a little bit on edge. However, in all of the security footage, there was no evidence of any assault on a minor or anybody. So I'm glad that the justice system worked in this particular way, and I hope it continues to work. That's a very big hope. I hope you enjoyed peering into this part of my job here at Stray Moose. We've never done that before. We've edited plenty of footage for lawyers and different cases, but I've never been asked to testify. in the 5 years that I've worked here. So that was really cool. I'm hoping to get all of these videos out for you very soon. Stay tuned. They should get exciting.